Hi guys, welcome back to Tankjutsu.com. I'm ShermanPanzer, and today we're going to look at the SU-122-44. Some things that stand out about this vehicle as a premium vehicle overall. It's a Tier 7 Soviet premium tank destroyer. Some things that stand out about it. One of the most important things about this is that it is a premium vehicle that has a very good rate of fire coupled with an extremely good alpha, and has nearly 3,000 DPM. So, how does that set it apart? Many premium vehicles don't do that well. Add to this that, on average, this tank wins more games. This is on average for all players submitting statistics. This tank wins more rounds in Tier 7 than any other vehicle. It's well vetted, and it's preferred by a lot of high-tier players. I see them using it. Everything that I read about it basically says that it has a bad aim time, but the great gun kind of goes with some significant drawbacks, like the aim time, accuracy. It's kind of slow. The gun doesn't have very good motion in any particular direction, up or down, left or right. Its traverse and its elevation, depression really are not great. But at the same time, the SU-122-44 is really good for DPM once you can get it into position. It doesn't go very fast. These are all things that I've heard. I actually haven't driven the thing yet, and you guys are going to come with me. And like all of my first-time runs, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So this could be a total fail. But you guys are going to be with me, and if I make a bunch of mistakes, well, I'll try to make some humorous excuses at the very least. You can see that I've equipped it with the rammer, the gun-laying drive, and ventilation. I've equipped it with my standard repair kit, med kit, fire extinguisher combo for consumables. I feel like that's probably best for most vehicles. Something like this depends on, it doesn't have a lot of horsepower in the engine. So the improvement from 500 to a steadily reducing 550 by adding the removed speed governor, or to 525 with the oil, probably isn't worth it, because we don't want to catch on fire, and that may be a less expensive per round. It's a premium vehicle. If you wanted to put oil on it, you certainly will probably make enough to to make up for it if you do put the oil on. But I'm going to bring the fire extinguisher this time. I just want to see what it's like on buffed, too. But, I've got brothers in arms on my crew. They're my SU-152 crew. This is a premium tank. You can cross-train your crews with it. That's nice. But, yeah, let's take it into a battle. Let's see what the heck happens. Because this, we don't know. I don't know. You may have one of these and know what I'm in for. I don't really know what I'm in for right now. So, I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are coming along. It's always nice to share something like this with the community, because it's, this is a total crapshoot. I might be left in the dust. I don't know what kind of, matchmaking this has. I think it has non-preferential matchmaking, which means I'm going to see Tier 9s from time to time. Although, seems like this game, maybe they didn't get invited. Somehow I feel like this is going to be a lot of fun right now, because I hear I have an amazing DPS. So let's see what we can do. Sand River, I like to go south. Especially in this game mode. I don't know if I'm going to go up into the, straight into the north and get stuck in the mountains with everyone else, especially with something that is so slow.
there's a guy here who says that he wonders why he gets this map so often with his Tiger. And you'll see that I have camouflage on this tank for both summer and desert. Why? Why do two camouflage patterns on this vehicle when summer is obviously the most common pattern by far that you will ever need? You know, most maps are summer. So if you're going to buy one camo, buy summer. Some tiers don't ever see desert or winter maps, some of the low tiers. So especially if you're keeping a low-tiered vehicle, you're going to want to just get summer camouflage. You know, you don't want to put anything else on it unless you're going to end up in a training room, or if they later add maps of those sorts. But you know, why do summer and desert on this one? I mean, a good reason in my mind is simply that this map, Sand River, is the second most common map that you will get in Tier 7. You know, for a Tier 7 vehicle, this is the second most common map that you'll get. So, you know, it's it's probably worth putting camo on for the two most common maps, and one of them's summer, Siegfried Line, and one of them is desert, Sand River. Those are the two most common maps in Tier 7. This doesn't have any preferential matchmaking. You know, that might be, the ratio might be slightly different in something like the E25 that does have preferential matchmaking, but you can see that even with my fairly bad speed, I was able to beat most of my team here to this particular area. Don't have a shot on that IS-2, kind of a bummer. There's a Panther over there, but, you know, I can't get too much of a shot behind those dunes. I'm really kind of hoping that the IS-2 will just go somewhere where I can, like this. Oh, wait, no, park there by all means. Well, that's 432 damage. That's insane. He's in there, obviously. I've locked on to his last sighted position with my right mouse button. And there he goes. Put one more in that kind of general area, make him think he might still be spotted. You know, why not? If it keeps him moving and it keeps his head down, then he's not returning fire and he's not shooting this KV-3 that is obviously my friendly tank. I really want to get a chance to take the... oh, look at that. That's bad news. Okay, here he comes. That's another one. Okay, he's taken nearly 800 damage from me so far. He's probably a little worried. Oh, I missed him. Kind of a slow-moving shell. Just kind of my feel of it is that it's fairly slow. I have a 6.75 second reload, but you can see it's just hover over the shell. You know, on average doing about 390 damage each. So that's quite a bit. You know, I'm going to get behind the KV-3 here, help him out. You know. Hit him really good there, that AMX. He used a kit to repair his tracks and roll backwards over the hill. Now I'm going to give these guys something to worry about. This tank is more than formidable, so I'm just going to go up here, put one through the front of that T-25. He has no idea. He was probably zoomed in on something, and he remains zoomed in. So let's have another one there. And sure, Tigre Pay. Let's see what he's got. So, ooh, we bounced one. Let's see. Let's see what the armor on this thing can take. Tigre Pay usually got a weak spot in the turret. That's dealt with. Panther. One on the side there. Let's see if we can hit him with the tank. They both didn't do well there. Okay. That's that thing taken out. We just got to be careful here, because there is definitely some fire. Oh, that sucks. Looks like we're still winning. I'm not giving up just yet. You know, I'm kind of hoping that they pull this one out. Well, I got one. I did 2,300 damage in that round with 7 hits. I knocked out the T-25, and I tried to spread the damage around a lot. This tank is, obviously one that's good for spreading some damage around. And maybe while I'm knocked out here, I can discuss a little bit something that's, relevant for a high damage vehicle of any sort, but, in particular something like this, or like the SU-100Y. High damage, Russian TDs do a lot of damage in general. They tend to have very high damage guns. High caliber, high damage, sometimes low pen, but often fairly formidable guns. When you're with a group and you encounter enemies in that sort of situation, you want to try to do, for your team's sake and also for your own overall sake, you want to try to do as much actual damage as possible. And that means with an SU-100Y, shoot a tank that has all its HP left instead of sniping a kill on something like, if you were the enemy and you were shooting at the KV-3, that wouldn't, you'd only do 146 damage no matter what, in the SU-100Y, and, to a lesser extent, the 122-44, they do a lot of damage per shell, so you don't want to waste that, if you can help it, on tanks that have low HP. Obviously if you're alone, you have to destroy what you can destroy, and a tank with low HP can be destroyed easily, meaning that you just don't have to take shots from that guy while you whittle down the other people over the course of time, so he's usually the best person to take out first, the weakest one. Unless he's harmless, in which case, if he's just a scout tank and can't kill you, take out the one, by all means, that you probably should, but, oh, they've missed the Grilla. Or the Grilla's last position is not accurate anymore because he has moved quite far. I'm not certain. Obviously I'd be worried about, the Grilla ambushing the KV-3, or that happening. This KV-3's not got a lot of HP. So he's probably going to, if he's not smart and tries to engage that T-29 right off the bat, that's bad news. But at the same time, the enemy has 2 artillery pieces left, and they, they can really do some damage here. So, I don't know how this is going to turn out. My, my kind of hope is that the Jagdpanther is able to do something. Let's take a look at what the Jagdpanther sees. The Jagdpanther sees this. Okay, that T-29, or the T-29 is just gone. This is probably in our hands. There's the enemy artillery piece. He's moving around. He's obviously going to try to orient on the KV-3 maybe and stop it from capping. There's the Grilla. Oh, that's a bummer. The Arty got him. So now it's up to the Jagdpanther and the Arty to destroy the enemy tank. So we're hoping, I guess, that the artillery hits the enemy artillery. That's really... that's bad news. I'm going to just remind them that the Jagdpanther must do the last attack, as the artillery is not going to be able to do that part. So this is only 43 seconds left. This is probably a loss despite our advantage early on, and despite the massive amount of damage. I'm going to say this one comes out as a loss just on lack of time. It would be a heck of a fight if he is able to... someone's complaining about hackers. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I just said something that must be one of the new communication mods I put on. This is not good. 3 seconds left. The Jagdpanther went the wrong way. Well, let's just see how I did. I got a Master Badge 3rd class. I got a bunch of credits. Even in a defeat there, you can see that I didn't last very long, and probably should have been a little more careful engaging those last two tanks. I hadn't, I hadn't really considered how many of them were going to come around and shoot me from behind. However, even given that, and given the short amount of time that I played, you can see that I topped the team for damage very easily in this vehicle. You can see here that I'm second for experience, on this loss in my team. I only got one kill. I tried to spread the damage around because it's a high DPS, high DPM machine, and if it's a lot of damage per individual shell, you really have to spread the damage around, because your reload basically, means that if you only do 150 damage to a nearly dead tank, you're really not getting good value. But this was a really fun run. I feel like this tank, very obviously does a massive amount of damage and generates a fair amount of credits. It has a different matchmaking than the E-25. It does C-tier 9 vehicles, from what I hear. And it's got a fairly small crew, which is a little awkward, but I think you obviously saw that A, it turns very quickly, but B, it really is mean. It does a lot of damage per shell. It really, I liked it. I'm going to play it again and see if I can't get a nice win out of it to show you guys, but I want to show you guys this first game because it was fun. That said, I have chosen not to get the AT-15A premium British tank destroyer this weekend. I hear nothing but bad things. It's not really an attractive option. I very rarely see them played, to any great effect, although the armor on it is said to be, quite superb. My experience with British tank destroyers is that while they tend to be very armored and quite tough, they really aren't so much fun to play, because it's like driving a Tog that doesn't have a turret, and the minute your tracks come off, it becomes the most tedious thing on Earth, especially if you don't have a kit. But I have chosen the 122-44, and I really don't feel sorry. I think this is a good tank. If you're looking for something that does that much damage, check it out.